So measuring that, well, first of all, I love that analogy, being invited to the dance and being asked to dance is a different one. And then really just feeling comfortable, like I am part of this organization and having that ownership. How is it measurable to those different stages? Like how do you evaluate that?
Yeah, I mean, I come from a change management background. I was an IBMer for a couple of years, and that was kind of the work I do. And every project that we go into is all about change management. Like the first question, even if it's a training project, I ask the client, "So, how do you know this was successful?" They're like, "Well, when we have the class done and there's 20 people going through." I'm like, "No, no, no, that butts and seats doesn't count. So let's talk about what metrics look like." And so with a change initiative that's talking about organizational culture, you start to look at what are the key indicators of success already existing within the business. So, for example, a lot of clients that we work with already have some sort of employee engagement survey or something where they're always taking that pulse either twice a year or once a year of the employee base. So, is there some questions or conversations there that I feel like I'm respected and belong, or as blatantly as that about the belonging, or something a little bit softer. So we look at things like that first. We look at demographic makeup of not just the middle management kind of thing, but senior executives. What are the demographics of those folks, and are you having a mix of ethnicities and genders and all the other pieces that contribute to diversity? And that's a massive telling sign. And a good indicator is marketing efforts and where both that money's going and how they're marketing. And it could be something even as simple, John, as like, what's on their website when you look at the artifacts that are representing the company. I was at a client, pre-COVID, and I was doing a one-day consciously inclusive leadership workshop that we do for this client, but it was fairly new. This is actually about a year ago. And before the session ever started, I'm walking around the lobby and I'm looking at all the posters, which are of people who work at this global manufacturing company. And guess what I noticed as a common denominator in the four posters that were in the lobby? What do you think?
My guess would be they looked all the same.
They looked like it was assumed that they looked white, and they assumed to have looked male. And so that was what my opening conversation point with this group of executives is like, what do you see here? And so those, even if that's truly the makeup of the organization, striving to make those artifacts more representative and inclusive, that's also a massive sign. And the last thing I would look at is policies. What are the organizational policies, especially in the HR kind of sector? For example, if I'm really trying to be inclusive of non-binary gender, so it's not just male, female, it's a spectrum. What do those HR forms say? Do you have policies in place that honor a single parent versus a two parent household? Because families are in all different shapes and sizes, and so those are little things that really tell a tale of either you're doing an awesome job, or ooh, at Disney we never said you had a problem. You had an area of opportunity. So those are the areas of opportunities that they
Yes, I believe in framing it is certainly half the battle there too.
had.
It's